What is up, all my favorite people of the whole entire world? Today we are talking Insidious. Yeah, it's not Halloween, it's January, the shit garbage month, and a new Insidious film has come out, Insidious Chapter 4, and today I'm going to be ranking every single Insidious film, because why not? I can do it. I think it'll be fun to talk about a franchise that I somewhat enjoy and somewhat don't with this new film, but honestly, make sure, guys, to comment down below and tell me your guys' ranking of the Insidious franchise. Do you love this franchise? Do you not? Let's talk about it down below in the comments. That's what's the most important thing here. But guys, let's get into the ranking. Coming in down at the bottom at number 4 is going to be Insidious Chapter 4. Yes, the brand new January release of Insidious 4. I didn't like the trailer. The movie's meh. It's okay. It has some good performances in it. Some nice, 2 really good jump scares, I would say. And a good direction with this atmospheric that they took into this house. And, of course, the way that they took into the further. Yes, there's plot holes I hate. Yes, there's some stuff that makes you roll your eyes, especially in the humor. And some of the things that goes on in this film, especially in towards the third act of the film. And yes, there are some horrible subplots in this film that just make it go out of left field and you're like, why? But it's fine. It's meh. It's meh. I think if you're a fan of the Insidious franchise, maybe you'll like it. Like I said, I enjoy these films, but I'm not like saying I'm the diehard fan of this. I was very disappointed by the new Insidious 4, and I think this is a franchise that now is like, okay, let's just happen to die. Coming in at number 3, though, is Insidious number 3. I really like this film. I will say, though, there's one thing there, and I'm going to kind of spoil it. There's one moment in the film where I was really wrapped up to what's happening. You have this cool demon in here. Like I said, the things about the Insidious franchise, they always have cool demons. 4 had a really cool demon, and 3 also had a weird, unique kind of demon that I really liked. And I liked the main actress in here. I liked what they did with all these characters in 3. Now, the one thing that ruined 3 for me, that probably would have put it higher up on the list, is I felt like it got a little too kooky and a little too cheesy towards the end. When Anna says this one thing, "Back off, you bitch," or like cracks her fingers and starts like biting. Like, I hate that moment in this whole film. It's too cheesy for me. It's too cheesy for me. But I really do enjoy this film in a lot of ways. I think this is the one Insidious movie. Well, actually, these 3 films, 1, 2, and 3, all have a special moment in it where it's like something that latches into you. In that one scene where the girl can't walk. She falls off her bed, and you just see the curtains closing. You see the person walking around, smashing the laptop. That is a brilliant, tense-filled moment that I have to give big props to Leia Whannell, because he is usually the guy who just plays Specs, but he actually directed this one, and he did a really good job with that moment. I think that's one of the best moments in the Insidious franchise, and this is, like I said, 4 missed out on that opportunity to not have one of those big Insidious moments that makes it stick out to you. 3, 2, and 1 all have moments like that, and that's the 1 in 3 that really just sticks so hardly out to me. Coming at number 2, this was tough, but I'm going to have Insidious number 1 at number 2. So, Insidious 1, I'm not scared of it. I think there are some really good moments in it, like I said, especially the one when you see Patrick's face kind of go to the side, and you see the demon right behind. Ugh! Gives me chills just thinking about that scene, because that scene made me shit myself in the theaters. But I kind of find this film funny at times, especially towards the end when he actually goes in the further. As much as I love the further, I think the first film dealt with the further in the worst of ways. I think it kind of seemed like an action film at times, and I didn't like what they did with the third act of this film. I think everything from the first and second act and the creepiness that James Wan directed into this film is brilliant. Again, it's mostly the script in its third act and its pacing that doesn't make the film work as well. Coming at number 1, of course, guys, you know what it is. It's Insidious Chapter 2. I love this film. I contend that this film probably isn't as made well as the first film, but I think this film is the scariest in the Insidious franchise. I think this has some of the best moments in the Insidious franchise. And this was the one that really just grabbed you and bring you into the lore. It has some moments of The Shining. Of course, James Wan directed this. And I think, I will say, James Wan's direction in this is what makes the film a little bit more entertaining to me, at least in this time. And really just the big moments. Of course, you find out what that old lady is, and you find out everything in there. I remember when I found that out, I was like, holy shit, this is so cool. I just love the locations and the intensifiedness that you get into Chapter 2. I know a lot of people actually think this is probably one of the worst ones in the franchise, but I really like Insidious Chapter 2. For some reason, I always find myself saying, I enjoy that one more than the rest. I think it has some of the scariest moments. I think the jump scares are built in very just built up. And that's the thing about these first two films. James Wan is a master of horror. The guy can do no wrong with horror, but he knows how to do jump scares right. And that's what 3 and 4 don't know what to do. 3 didn't rely on jump scares as much, and 4 is just total garbage, throwing jump scares after jump scares after jump scares at you. But 2 was so unique to me, and really overall, I like 2, and I like the direction they took with it. And I kind of just hope that it was like, okay, 1 and 2, those are my Insidious movies that I need to pay attention to. 3 and 4, whatever. 3's fun, 4's whatever. Guys, that's my ranking of the Insidious franchise. Yes, it's a franchise, not a trilogy anymore. Guys, I want you guys to comment down below and tell me, again, please tell me what you guys thought of my list, and also tell me what your guys' list of the Insidious franchise is. Please, you guys can spoil it, you guys can talk about it, because I really don't care. I don't think the 4th one's worth even talking about again, and I'm going to be done talking about it unless it makes it into my top 10 worst films of this year, which it might. Sadly, but I guess we'll have to see how the rest of this year pans out. Guys, it's so glad to be back on this channel. Happy New Year's to all you guys. You guys are already having a great New Year's. I know I kind of am. And I know there's tons of reviews coming out this month. I know January is kind of filled with the shitbox, but I am going to try and see some other films. Call Me By Your Name, Phantom Thread are 2 that I'm trying to push out. So look out for all those reviews as well and more rankings. But you guys are all the best. Thank you guys so much for all the support. And as always, stay classy.